Hello everybody, Aaron the Nintendrovert here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing more Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch, and last time we completed all of World 1, which is Cookie Country. Now we're going right over to World 2, Raisin Ruins. I don't know what it is with Nintendo developers and food named levels. In Super Mario World we kind of had the same thing where you had like Donut Plains, and then you had Choco Island, the Vanilla Dome. Every level was a different food name. Nintendo, you need to start feeding your employees. Quit starving them to death. The poor guys are just absolutely famished. You got them locked up in the warehouse, just pumping out in games, barely getting any shelter or sunlight or water. But no. So we're on World 2, which is the desert, which is kind of par for the course for a lot of Nintendo games. You know, most Mario games since like Super Mario Brothers 3, World 2 is always the desert. We got this whip ability. We got Cowboy Kirby. Howdy, partner. And then this is a new one they added for the remake. This was not in the original game. We got Sand Kirby, which is a pretty useful power-up here. It's kind of a combination of some other power-ups we've seen, kind of similar to water in some ways, which is one that we'll get later. We've not seen that one just yet. There's also a poison power-up that works somewhat similarly. Here they're wanting us to use the whip. Watch Kirby whip. Watch him nay. Watch Kirby whip. Whip. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm not a big fan of that song. I hate that song if I'm being completely honest. But anyway, yeah, we can give these guys a little spanking because they've been naughty. Who knew Kirby was into that? He's a dominatrix, I guess. Check out these singular eyeball weirdos here. This is kind of a neat ability. It's a little confusing. You gotta press down and up really quickly, and then press B. Kirby can do this little upward tornado strike, which is kind of neat. So yeah, there's a lot of nuance to the abilities here. Grab this token. Look at that hot dog or whatever that was there. These guys are kind of terrifying. They look all cute, but then you hit them, and then they just go insane. I like the music on this level though. It's a bop. It's kind of hard to hear with my setup here recording, but and I don't know what's going on in the background with these spheres. It's like a big giant beach ball looking thing that's being kind of bounced by this sand spout, this sand geyser. This is a very classic Kirby puzzle here. We gotta light this fuse and then hurry and get in the cannon before it blows up. And those will get harder as it goes on, but for that first one, they're just kind of showing you how to do it, so you got plenty of time. We got a giant pyramid or something in the background. It's kind of neat, I guess. I don't know why it's kind of slanted back. It looks almost kind of mechanical. It really looked like it was made of, like, I don't know. I guess, is that it there in the far background? Is that where we just came from? Not sure. Let's see. How do we get over down in there? Okay, yeah, we gotta drop our ability. I kind of hate how we have to give up our power up to be able to suck this up here. We got yet another hot dog. Yeah, we'll take the beam power. That's better than what we got. I gotta be careful not to get crushed by this boulder. Very Crash Bandicoot-esque. Although if it was Crash Bandicoot, we'd be running toward the camera. Gotta eat that non-specific meat. Japanese meat in games and just like cartoons and everything, it's always represented that same way. I don't know what meat that's supposed to be. Excuse me, but they always depict it where it's just like this big, kind of almost cylindrical shaped thing of meat, and then it's got two bones coming out of either end. So I don't know what animal that's supposed to be, but that's how the Japanese always depict meat for whatever reason. I really dig this music. Kirby music goes hard. I think it has some of the best music of any Nintendo franchise. They always kill it with the soundtrack. Like the final boss music goes hard. Like there's some like heavy metal, like rock music in Kirby games. Like it's good stuff. The Kirby games are made by a company called HAL Laboratories, which are located in Japan. Nintendo doesn't technically own them, but they, for the most part, only really make Nintendo games. You know, they really don't do a whole lot outside of Kirby. They did do the Earthbound franchise, which is known as Mother in Japan, which is a kind of an RPG series. It's very kind of very different. It's kind of like they tackle pretty heavy themes. Then there's also a lot of kind of like satire and I guess you know, just real world commentary in them. Personally, I've never really. I played a few hours of the first or of Earthbound, the one on the Super Nintendo on Switch Online. Whenever they put that on there, but I have yet to actually play all the way through it. But I would like to. I did enjoy what I played, although there were definitely parts where it got a little tedious, where I felt like you know, there was a lot of grinding involved. I'd have to level up, be strong enough to take on some of the enemies and stuff. But yeah, it's a very different sort of RPG. Like most RPGs, I feel like kind of have a like a medieval sort of setting, you know. But in Earthbound, it's a lot more like you play as this kid in kind of like a modern sort of American suburbs area. You know, the game came out in the 90s, so it's basically like a kid from, I guess, that era. So he's got like a yo-yo and he rides his bike, and you know, he's got his baseball cap on, and you know, instead of fighting you know, whatever enemies you typically fight in a RPG, like, you know, your mages and your whatever mythological creatures, instead you fight like hippies and crap like that. So I have a lot of respect for the Earthbound series, and I definitely want to play more of it at some point, actually finish the game. And then the sequel never actually officially released here in America, which as I understand it has some pretty heavy themes that Nintendo doesn't often have in a lot of their games. Like I think it depicts maybe like child and like animal abuse and stuff like that. So I think that's kind of a big part of the reason. Oh, here's the water ability I was talking about earlier. But I think that's a big part of the reason why they haven't localized that game into English. That one was on the Game Boy Advance, I believe. And yeah, it's got some other stuff in there. Like I think there's maybe some characters who maybe cross-dress, who are kind of portrayed in a pretty stereotypical way that probably wouldn't go over very well in the year 2024. So there's a lot of factors why Nintendo never released that game over here. But yeah, that's also made by HAL Laboratories, who does Kirby. They also did this game, you know, that came out. It was originally a mobile game called Part-Time UFO, and then they ended up bringing that over to the Switch. It's a pretty fun little game where you're playing as this UFO guy, and he's got like a crane, and you gotta pick stuff up and stack it and try to not let it fall over. So it's kind of a simple gameplay loop, but it's pretty enjoyable. It's a pretty good game. But for the most part, they really just make Kirby games. They also had this series that you could download on the 3DS, and I think there's one on the Switch eShop too called Box Boy, which are these very simple puzzle games that are just kind of like little monochromatic, like black and white things. But yeah, HAL Laboratories, the company, pretty much only does Kirby nowadays anyways. But they did work on the first couple of Smash Brothers games. Smash Brothers on the Nintendo 64, and then Super Smash Brothers Melee, which a lot of people would consider the best Kirby game. It's like, you know, there's still people that play that game competitively at like, you know, Evo or whatever. But yeah, other than that, it's mostly just Kirby that comes from HAL Labs. And I do love Kirby, but it would be interesting to see them take on other franchises. But if they're happy just perpetually making Kirby games forever, then, you know, that's cool too, because I do love me some Kirby. But yeah, I don't have my a lot of your copy abilities you can't use underwater here. But you know, I did have the rock ability, which I'll have as we get back on land. Technically, it's called stone. This is a cute little thing. So Kirby, when he's underwater, he's got his little goggles on. If you float to the surface, it gets a little floaty. Kicks his legs. It's so adorable. It makes you just want to throw up, doesn't it? But yeah, the stone ability is probably the most overpowered Kirby ability. It's definitely one of my favorites because I would always use it to cheese the boss rush modes, like I was saying in the last episode. Pretty much every Kirby game has what's called the arena at the end, which is just this gauntlet where you've got to take on every enemy, like every boss battle in the game with only one life. And yeah, when you activate the stone power up, so when you do like this right here and turn to stone, you're indestructible during that. And you know, there's not like a, well, okay, we just lost it, but oh well. There's not like a cooldown period or anything like that, so you can spam it as much as you want. But yeah, for whenever you're using that stone ability, whenever you actually attack with it until you go back to normal, you know, you're indestructible during that time. So it's a really extremely overpowered ability. But let's grab this next energy sphere here. Can we swim up through this? No. These spiky dudes are called Gordos, which I believe Gordo, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the Spanish word for fat. Someone correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I think Gordo means fat, so I don't know why these guys are called Gordos. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure, I don't think it means skinny. I think Delgado means skinny, but I could be wrong. It's been a hot minute since I've taken Spanish class. Boating school? I thought this was Spanish class. See ya, SpongeBob. See ya, big fat meanie. So we've always got to work a SpongeBob episode. We just check that off the bingo card. Every episode of every playthrough that we ever do on this channel, it's got to have a SpongeBob reference in there somewhere. We stan SpongeBob. And you know, when you think about it, Kirby and Patrick do have a lot in common. You know, they're both pink. You know, they're both kind of on the pudgier side. You know, they eat anything. We got our next ultra ability here, where we got this our beam powered and can just kind of just mow down everything. But yeah, Kirby is big, scary, and pink, just like the Alaskan bullworm and just like Patrick's belly button. I mean, wouldn't you be terrified to live in a world where Kirby exists? Like, just look at just the sheer carnage here. Just the massacre that's happening on screen right now. The humanity. And once again, we go into this little dimensional rift here. We got to outrun this purple wall of death that's coming at us for whatever reason. And I guess the laws of gravity don't apply here. We got all these floating cubes of water. And I kind of like how these are in color now. Back in the Wii game, the background was kind of like black and white, like it was always grayscale on these interdimensional parts of the level like this. So it's kind of nice that they added some extra color to them, so it's not so so bland to look at, which it kind of did. You know, have kind of a more otherworldly, ethereal feel to it, I guess, before. So I don't know. It's another one of those things where you know, it's kind of up to you whether or not you prefer the graphical changes, you know, from the Wii version to this game. But I think it looks pretty good. Alright, now we should be at another mini-boss here. Let's look at the Parasail, I guess. It's not one of my favorite Kirby abilities. parasol, I guess is how you say it. What did I say? Parasail? I don't know. Who says parasol? It's an umbrella. Is that like a... Like, what's the difference? Is that just like a fancier type of umbrella? Like rich people use, I guess? Like not necessarily for rain, but to just keep the sun out of your eyes, just for some shade? I don't know. Alright, we've murdered that guy. Yet another sphere doomer. We should be just about at the end of the level. We got our last energy sphere. Thus there shouldn't be too much more left here. Yeah, there's the end of the level right there. That was a very happy victory fanfare there, as it always played that. It definitely didn't in the original. Hey, we got the one that time. Ayo. We didn't even get any extra lives for that. We just got like the 30 stars. Like, whoop-de-doo. I thought you usually get an extra life for that, but I guess not. Okay, we unlocked the sand challenge. What have you got for me? Hello, Kirby. I've come all the way here from a different world. Mary Magdalene souvenir shop there. Yeah, this is another thing they added. Nah, we don't really want to go to the park. You can unlock these different masks that you can wear by doing the mini games in the park. But we're not going to bother with all that. I don't know if all that's necessary for 100% or not in the remake, because that's a new thing they added. The whole amusement park with all the mini games that was not in the original. So we'll see if that is necessary for 100%, and then I don't know for sure. We may or may not do all those and go for 100%, but I don't know. We'll maybe save that for the end after we've done everything else. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And this is yet another level where we've got 4 energy spheres to get instead of just the standard 3. I do like that how it changes compared to something like you know, the new Super Mario Brothers games where you got to get the star coins, and it's always 3 in every level. I kind of like how with Kirby, sometimes maybe you're getting 4 or 5, sometimes maybe you're just getting a couple. I don't know. I was talking in the last episode about briefly mentioned Kirby's. Oh, this is going to be annoying. We're probably going to miss the energy sphere here, aren't we? Is there one here? Okay, not there. I feel like coming up there's going to be one where we're going to have to pick the right path. It's going to be just kind of luck-based, and that's going to be really annoying if we have to like redo the level if we miss it. But for now we'll just keep trucking along. Get some flan. By Fantasy Flan. It's from Courage the Cowardly Dog. I think that's what it was. Fantasy Flan or something like that. This guy, he's just like hypnotizing people with flan. At the time, I had no idea what flan was, but it looked so good in that Courage episode. So I ended up having my mom buy it from the store one day. I was not a big fan. I was not a fan flan. I am a big fan of this power up though. This tornado ability is one of the best ones. It's very fast, so you can kind of get around a lot more quickly. Kirby's very nimble with it, but real quick we are going to have to lose it though, so we can get this block out of our way here. Let's get that back. Hop in here, and wow, another tornado. Is that all that was there? Okay, good. We got an energy sphere. Glad we didn't do all that for nothing. But yeah, maybe it's just the kind that I got. But I tried flan one time, and it wasn't much. I think I even tried it another time after that somewhere else. But it was, I don't know. Maybe it just depends on what kind you get. Like, it was just something at the store you buy. It was like maybe a pack of 6 of them or something, like buying, an assortment of like Jell-Os or something. Here we got an ability here called the high jump that just lets Kirby just do this, but it's very circumstantial. There's not really a lot of places where you need this, so it's kind of it's a pretty bottom tier Kirby power up, if I'm being honest. This one would probably, if we were doing a tier list, I didn't mean to go on that. I think there might have been something on up there. I don't know for sure. But that one would probably be an F because it's really not that practical in most circumstances. Got another one of these guys that clears out the whole screen, but we don't really need that. We don't really need that tomato thing either. Got another mini boss here who we fighting King Doo. As opposed to his alter ego, King Don't. Launch through these barrels like Donkey Kong Country or something, which is something we'll play on this channel at some point. I would like to play the Donkey Kong Country games. Not sure which one we would start with. Maybe Tropical Freeze, the one that was on the Wii U, but then it was ported over to Switch. A lot of people say it's the best 2D platformer ever made. I don't know if I necessarily would go that far, but it is a good game. Donkey Kong Country Returns from the Wii is great as well. Came out around the same time as this game, and it's also going to be getting a not so much a remake, but a remaster. I guess they're kind of just upscaling the graphics, but that'll be coming to Switch early next year. Really looking forward to that. So we'll probably play that game on the channel at some point. And there's also the classic Donkey Kong Country games on the Super Nintendo. So yeah, I don't know where we'll begin. Excuse me, I can't stop belching for some reason. Donkey Kong makes me gassy. But yeah, we'll definitely play through the Donkey Kong games at some point as well. I'd like to do some Sonic the Hedgehog on this channel. I'm not like the best Sonic player, so I don't know which game I would necessarily want to go with. I've also got a lot of blind spots in my Sonic journey. There's a lot of games I haven't played, but yeah, that's probably something we'll think about doing later on. But yeah, we just got one more regular level here, and then we will be onto the boss of this world. Which, if I remember correctly, I think the boss is named Mr. Duder or something like that, which is it's an interesting name. It's hard to take serious a villain whose name is Mr. Duder, but you know. We'll get the bomb ability here. Now Kirby's just a full-blown terrorist. It does explode into fireworks, though, so he's a very beautiful terrorist. Well, at least his carnage looks pretty when he's doing it. On this one, we actually have 5 energy spheres we need to find. The bomb ability is not necessarily one of my favorites. You can kind of aim it sort of like, you know, Yoshi's Eggs in Yoshi's Island games. But I don't know. It's useful for certain puzzles that'll be designed around it. But on the whole, I'm not the biggest fan. Like this one right here probably needs it. We can detonate it and then open the way, and then we can hurry and get to it before the door shuts. But yeah, outside of certain puzzles like that, bombs aren't my favorite. But it's all pretty subjective. I don't know if there's like, you know, many Kirby power-ups that are like definitively like clear-cut winners. But just for my personal play style, I'm not the biggest fan of the projectile ones, like the bombs or the like on the Kirby games that have the arrows, because I just feel like they don't do enough damage. I like the lighting effects here. I think look really good. Kirby games always look pretty good on whatever hardware they're on. Like I said in the last episode, I don't know if I'm super crazy about the game's art style, where they got the outlines on the character models and stuff is a little weird. But you know, the game still looks really solid overall. And at some point, I'd like to play through some of the other Kirby games, like Kirby's Adventure, which was on the original Nintendo Entertainment System, and then also Kirby 64 on the Nintendo 64, obviously. And those games really push their respective consoles to the limits in terms of like the graphical output. Like Kirby's Adventure, you know, it was an NES game, but it looks borderline like it could be a Super Nintendo game, which is really impressive because the NES was just such limited hardware. Can we do anything. Well, the sand. Okay, yeah, the sand does not do anything on this on these fire blocks here. We're gonna have a boss. Yeah, it's probably be a water or an ice guy. Yeah, water Galboros. I am Galboros. I am Russian. Okay, so now we're a water bender again. Kirby basically is the Avatar. You know, he's got the water powers, he's got fire powers, we got the stone ability, which is just earth basically. Got the tornado ability, he's air. He's practically, you know, can go into the Avatar state when he, you know, gets super powered up. It's already talking about how he could beat Goku in a fight, but he could aim too very easily. Now let's make our hot dogs all soggy here. Soggy hot dogs. Look out for these little spiky guys. Kind of remind me of like the gnomes from Adventure Time. It's just like anytime you say no, we'll destroy an old lady. Anytime you say what, we'll destroy an old lady. It's like what? No. Hey guys, every time he's a big wuss, let's destroy an old lady. Here we got a little invisibility crystal or something. Like Harry Potter with the invisibility cloak now. There's just two more to get. And not a gambling man, but if I had to make a wager, I would say we're probably going to get the last two from fighting another one of those Sphere Doomer guys in the little dimensional rifts, probably. So I think that happens like every other level. So like every 2 levels you play, you get like that, you know, you get all super powered up, and then you rip a hole in the fabric of space, which again, only Kirby could do that. He's way more OP than literally any other character from any piece of media ever. Yeah, I feel like some of the Kirby games tried to get a little too gimmicky for a while, where you would get just these overpowered abilities that would just kind of clear out all the enemies on the screen. Like in Kirby Triple Deluxe on the 3DS, you would get Hypernova Kirby, where he, you know, he would turn all like glowy, rainbowy, and he could just like suck up everything on the screen all at once. And then in Kirby Planet Robobot, you would get these robot mechs that would make Kirby really overpowered. So I don't know. I'm kind of glad that they started to kind of tone that down a notch. To where you're not just plowing through these levels like that, because it gets a little, I don't know. This was the first game that did it, so I don't really mind it so much in this game. But it started to feel a little cheap, a little unoriginal and uncreative when they kind of just kept milking that same sort of gameplay loop. But yeah, we're doing our next little side-scrolling challenge here. I mean, the whole game's side-scrolling, but you know what I mean. Having to erase this wall of purple essence that's trying to crush us. So I don't really know what it is, but you know. Get in the door, Kirby. Thank you. I thank y'all. And get some rice, I guess that is. That's pretty good. Some seasoned rice. We'll get our sword power. And wouldn't you know it, surprise, surprise, it's yet another sphere doomer. I like how they mix it up to where they're different colors, though, and they start getting different, like, attack patterns and stuff. So it's not always, like, the exact same fight. Yeah, this guy here, he's fire one, so we gotta look out for his flame attacks. He is just about dead. And we just grab this guy's balls, add them to our collection of, well, balls. Not gonna judge. Kirby likes what he likes. Can't have mine though. I need those. Can we get the top of the thing again here? Probably not. Alright, and now we are on to the boss of this world, which again, I believe his name's Mr. Duder, if I'm not mistaken. My little nephew, he he'd never like played this game or anything, he just came up with it. He probably wasn't like 2 years old, he's a little toddler, and he's like, "Uncle, you're a Duder." And so that's kind of stuck around. He, you know, sometimes still calls me a Duder, even though he's like 6 years old now. Yep, and there he is. That's Mr. Duder, all right. He's gonna dude all over us. So you know this is a no dooting zone. Get your doots out of here, dude. Take them somewhere else. Thank God, this guy's dooting all over me. I'm gonna have to clean my clothes. I'll never be able to get the doot stains out. Hey buddy, did I say you could doot there? I think not. Go doot somebody else, buddy. Doot off. Alright, and there's our next ship part. We got the wing, which is a lot more literal than the typical wings of a plane. That's just a straight up bird's wing, but you know, okay. We already questioned the oars. I'm just going to critique every architectural design philosophy on this ship here. Got another little cutscene of the ship part being added back on. Hey, there's the wing. I want some wings. I want some barbecue wings. KFC used to have the best boneless honey barbecue wings. I remember eating those when I was a kid back in like 2007, 8. Then they went and got rid of them. But, life hack, you can get pretty much the same exact honey barbecue wings at like Pizza Hut or like Wingstop or whatever. So good. Get the boneless barbecue wings. At least at my local Pizza Hut, they don't put a lot of barbecue on there, so I always ask for an extra cup of barbecue to pour over there and just kind of shake it up to get it mixed up real well. Tastes just like the ones that KFC used to have. 10 out of 10. I'm pretty sure they're both owned by the same company, like Yum Brands or whatever, Yum Foods, something like that's the name of it. But yeah, Magalore's wings of his ship is really making me hungry for some barbecue wings. My star cutter has its right wing back in place. Oh, it's got right wing in yellow. Is Magalore MAGA supporter. He's you know, he's really happy about that right wing. So I don't know. He's Trump 24 all the way. He's gonna get canceled. Once we find all the parts. Once we find all the parts and this baby can fly again. Is that right grammar? I feel like it should be once we find all the parts, comma, this baby can fly again. Or once we find all the parts, comma, then this baby can fly again. But once we find all the parts and this baby can fly again. Oh, I guess that's not the end of the sentence. He's going to say more because it's got the 3 dots there. It's got the, I'll take you on a trip. Okay, yeah, that wasn't the end of the sentence. Now, don't I just look like an idiot? I'll take you on a trip to visit my home world. Okay, I guess it makes sense in more context. I come from a distant land that lies at the end of an interdimensional tunnel connected to your planet. It's really far away, but the lore is a beast. It can get us there in no time once it's fixed. I do hope you'll take me up on my generous offer. So yeah, once we fix his ship, he wants to take us back to his home planet. But yeah, I believe we unlocked another one of these little bonus challenges here. So we'll do this one, sand challenge. Yeah, we'll take this one on, see how we do. The last one, you know, I tried it a few times to get the gold. I don't know if we'll necessarily do that on this one, but we'll see. I said we wouldn't last time, and we did. So who knows? And I might not do a whole lot of talking during these, so I can just concentrate on what I'm doing. How do I break? Oh, okay. Got a charge move. But yeah, this sand ability is only in this Kirby game, only in the remake of this game. So I've really not, I really don't have too much experience with it. So I couldn't even fully remember, you know, what all it could do. I forgot it had that rock smash attack. But now we know. What are we? Ooh, we lost 500 from touching those spikes there. Whoops. Yeah, this is probably not going to be a very good score on this one, but again, if we just get bronze, we're fine, which we literally only need like 100 points, so as long as we clear it before time runs out, we've got bronze, so. One minute left. Go, Kirby, go! Ugh. Sand in his mouth. Very unpleasant. Don't you just hate when you got sand in your mouth? What do we... Ow. Oh, okay, we missed... I don't know what we're supposed to do there. It's another one of Kirby's sand abilities that I don't remember how it works. Let's try that one more time here. What could we have done? Is there a way that Kirby can... I don't know, are we just supposed to just bash... Oh, is it the shield? Yeah, okay, that's what it is. Well, we're losing a ton of points here, so we're definitely not getting the gold rank on this one. We've only got 30 seconds left. Yeah, we got a shield. Oh, shoot. Shield, and then we do a... We're not doing very good on this one. Okay, let's just get to the end here and try to beat it before we run out of time. We're clearly not going to get any world records here with this performance. Hopefully we're pretty close to the end. I don't even know. Yeah, we might have to do this one a second time. Oh, well, we made it with less than a second to spare, so I guess that's something. Do we try it again and go for gold? Nah, I guess not. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see me go back and get gold on all these score attack challenges, but I don't know. We'll see. We only need to get bronze to get 100%. We basically just have to play these and get to the end of them, you know, once, and that's really it. But if you want to see me go for gold, let me know, and we will do it. Yeah. But anyway, I think that's going to be a wrap on this episode. Next time we will be starting World 3, which I believe is Onion Ocean, which sounds very, very nasty. I don't know about that. Let's take a look here to make sure. But, yeah, Onion Ocean. I would not want to drink that. Yes, Onion Ocean. So that's what we'll be doing next time. So thank you guys very much for watching the video. Please feel free to give a like and hit the subscribe button if you feel so inclined. But ultimately, that's your prerogative. You do you. But yeah, thanks for watching. You guys have a good one, and stay tuned for more stuff. All right, catch you guys later. Bye.